Okay, so let's just jump right into it. What if I told you that the single most basic piece of health advice you've ever heard, drink more water, is something that almost all of us are getting wrong? It sounds kind of crazy, right? But some wellness experts argue that how you drink water is just as critical as how much, and that some of our most common habits might actually be doing more harm than good.
I mean, look, we all know water is life. Our bodies are literally two-thirds water. Every single organ, every cell needs it to function. And yet, the way we drink it could potentially be contributing to all sorts of issues, from something like joint pain to messing with our digestion. It all comes down to how we're consuming it. So yeah, that brings us to the big question here. How can something so essential, so fundamental to life, possibly be harmful? Well, it turns out the method really, really matters. Maybe even more than the amount. And today, we're going to break down exactly what that means. To make this super clear and easy to follow, we're going to count down the top 5 most common water drinking mistakes. And trust me on this, you are probably making at least one of these every single day. Let's kick things off with mistake number 5. Here it is. Gulping down a big glass of water right before you eat, during your meal, or immediately after you finish. I know, it feels totally normal, but according to this line of thinking, it's one of the worst things you can do for your digestion. So here's what's supposedly happening inside your stomach. When you eat, your body is producing these powerful gastric juices to break down food. But if you chug a bunch of water, you're basically diluting them. And the result? Your food doesn't get digested properly, it just sits there, ferments, and causes that awful bloating and gas. Plus, your body can't absorb all the nutrients. The fix, though, is super simple. Just create a buffer. Wait about 30 minutes before eating, and at least an hour after you're done. All right, let's move on. Our next 2 mistakes are all about the how and the what. Specifically, how fast we're drinking our water, and, you guessed it, at what temperature. In our crazy, fast-paced lives, we're all guilty of this one. You grab a bottle and you just gulp it down without even thinking. It seems so harmless, but the speed that water hits your system can actually make a huge difference. So here's a cool fact. Your saliva is alkaline, and its job is to help balance the acid in your stomach. When you gulp water down, hardly any of your saliva gets mixed in. This can leave your stomach's acid levels all out of whack and lead to indigestion. And get this, your body might not even be able to absorb the water that fast, so it just flushes most of it right out. The key here? Sip. Don't gulp. Okay, on to mistake number 3. And be honest, who here gets home after a long day and immediately runs to the fridge for an ice-cold bottle of water? It feels so refreshing, but it could actually be a major shock to your system. The logic behind this one is pretty wild. Chilled water can apparently shrink your blood vessels, which restricts digestion. It's also thought to solidify the fats from the food you just ate, making them way harder for your body to break down. Some even say it can lower your heart rate or contribute to joint pain over time. The solution? Just stick to room temperature or lukewarm water. Or you could go old school and use an earthen pot. It's like a natural, healthy water cooler. All right, we're down to the final 2, and honestly, these are probably the most critical and the most surprising mistakes on the entire list. They have to do with how much you drink and, believe it or not, your posture. That's right, you can actually drink too much water. This whole idea that more is always better is a total myth, and it can be surprisingly dangerous. Forcing yourself to chug water all day long, even when you're not thirsty, that can lead to a condition called overhydration. So here's the science in a nutshell. Drinking way too much water dilutes your body's essential electrolytes, especially sodium. This imbalance forces liquid to move from your blood into your cells, causing them to swell up. And that is incredibly dangerous, especially for your brain cells. The key is just to listen to your body. Is your urine dark yellow? Are your lips chapped? Okay, those are signs you need to drink up. Otherwise, you're probably doing just fine. And here we are, the number 1 mistake that most of us make every single day. It's drinking water while you're standing up, walking around, or even jogging. I know, this one might be the most shocking of them all. In some traditional health systems, like Ayurveda, the belief is that when you're standing, your body and your nervous system are too tense. This tension supposedly prevents your kidneys from filtering the water effectively. The theory goes that this messes up your body's fluid balance and can even lead to fluid building up in your joints, which could contribute to things like arthritis down the road. The solution? So simple. Just sit down, relax your muscles, and sip your water slowly. Okay, so we've gone through all the things we're doing wrong. Now let's flip it around and put everything together into a simple, actionable playbook so you can start getting it right, like today. So here it is, your new daily guide. First, start your day with water, even before you brush your teeth, to take advantage of all that beneficial morning saliva. Remember that 30-minute and 1-hour rule around your meals. Always try to sit down and sip slowly. Aim for room temperature or lukewarm water. And most importantly, just listen to your body. Drink when you feel thirsty. Now, I know some of you want a hard number. A general guideline is somewhere around 2.5 to 3 liters per day. But, and this is a big but, this is not a strict rule. It really depends on your body, how active you are, and even the climate you live in.
Before we wrap this up, I've got one final pro tip for you. It's a really simple, ancient technique that some say can actually multiply the benefits of drinking water the right way. It's a practice centered around something called copper-charged water. The whole idea is that if you store water in a copper vessel overnight for at least 8 hours, the water actually absorbs beneficial properties from the metal itself. And the method could not be easier. You just store water in a copper pot or a bottle overnight. Some traditions even say to place it on a wooden surface. Then, drink that water first thing when you wake up, straight from the vessel. That's it. It's that simple. So there you have it. Water truly is life, but maybe only when you drink it the right way. After hearing all this, there's really only one question left to ask yourself. Is it time to completely rethink your simplest daily habit?